Keon, get off my live. You ain't talking about nothing. Get off of here. Hey, whore. Mm, 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 mm. I'm waiting on a few more people to pop up on here before I start talking. Oh, Lord. Ugh, y'all. This is why I don't drink. This is why I do not drink. Oh, my God. I hadn't had a drink. Oh, my God. I hadn't had a drink in a long time because I don't drink. I had a margarita, but like a real sweet margarita. I don't know how people can drink every day. I don't get it. What got me was a shot that me and Chase did. And then I'm thinking, okay, if you're gonna give me a shot, let me turn on my light. Okay. So if it was shot's supposed to be like this. This motherfucker had a shot like this. I said, bitch, this ain't no shot. This is a whole goddamn bitch. Maybe I was full last night. Full. And it was that, baby, this is not a shot. Shot's supposed to be like this. This is a shot. That's a drink. Liquor. And I don't drink like that. Oh my God. But Chase was the one that was full. Cause see, Chase drink. He liked to drink. I don't drink like that. He had a drink at the bar that was strong when we went to go eat. Chase was so full. He was like, I said, you need something to eat. That's because I hadn't been. I drink champagne. Well, first of all, he wasn't young. He was late 30s, but he was trying to fight somebody. He was talking about fighting somebody. I said, no, we're not finna do that. We don't do that here. We grown and sexy. We don't do that here. From California. That's why y'all don't have no black gay bars now, because y'all fight too much in LA. I already heard about y'all. Shout out to LA. So I said, well, calm down, man. Yeah, it is young, but I said, man, calm down. I say, it's not that. So I started rubbing his back. At first I thought I knew him because he was rolling all up on me. I said, what the fuck he rolling up on me for? I thought that was you, but it wasn't who I thought it was. And so I said, hey, I want you to calm down. And we don't do that here. This is grown and sexy. I start rubbing his back. Oh, that feel good. I said, I'm trying to calm you down. you know. And but he was so hesitant about fighting somebody. That dude was a user. He was a user. He just tried to use me. I said, okay, well, you're not with him no more. Just move on. You just got to move on. And he was like, he was crying. I'm so glad he left because that's how Post got COVID back in the days. All in your face, like, girl, get back. All up in my face like that. Yeah. And he was saying that he was fine, he was sexy. No, you're not fine and sexy. Because when he pulled up his shirt, no, girl, you're not fine and sexy. You're not. Okay. Just because your backside is big, don't mean that you fine. Yeah. You had junk in the trunk and in the front. So, no. But he was doing too much. So, now, there's another guy he actually used to run a bar in Midtown. I remember when I first met him, he was driving I need to ask him, do he still drive his Bentley? He was a tall guy. I don't know if y'all remember when the guy came over and he had on the red hat. And last I saw, he had a Bentley, a real nice Bentley, and not two door. He had a big. I think he had a big Bentley. I need to ask him to, but I don't want to ask him that. He probably watching my show because I texted him this morning. He said, "Yeah, I said, "I thought that was you." He said, "Ain't you PT?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Who are you?" Tony, the guy that used to run the bar. I said, "Oh." And then if y'all go back and listen to the video, I told him I was looking hot for me to have my show, which I already got one. And he said, "Well, yeah, I got a spot, but it won't be over to June." I said, "Oh, okay." Yeah. But yeah, he's a cool guy. I remember. And then I'm supposed to. Yeah, I'm supposed to. Yeah, yeah. We talked last night. Yeah, he's moved. I thought Gary's still lived where he used to, but he's moved, and I didn't know that. So he said he was going. Chase probably won't go because he's not feeling good. He got a cold because his heat wasn't working. And I said, well, you can't just lay in the heat. You got to call him and let him know that your heat ain't working. And so um, shit, I turned the damn oh, you're not nosing, because I always put my shit out there for everybody. Everything I talk about, I'm okay with everybody knowing. Some things I say and some I don't. Anyway, so then I think I told y'all this last night, but I was walking to the DJ booth to talk to the DJ, and I said, the guy said, "Aren't you PT?" I said, "Oh no, who is that?" I started smiling. He go, "You are PT?" I said, "Yeah, that's me." I said, "How did you notice me?" He said, "You be on TikTok." And see, I don't even be on TikTok that much. I don't be on TikTok. I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? I be on YouTube. I said, "Well, you need to follow my YouTube channel, sir, because I don't be really on TikTok." And so I gave my YouTube. And he said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Because I'm having a comedy show here next year." He said, "Oh, okay." So yeah, I got clocked twice last night. I saw a guy looking at me the other night. I think he knew who I was, but he never said nothing. Crazy. Anyway, so I didn't get up to go eat the breakfast. So I got a friend of mine that works. I know. Did you see that? And they got and they got. I saw it's so many Waymo cars. I mean, they just riding around like it ain't nothing. Yeah. I mean, the Waymo car. I mean, they just riding around with nobody in the car. Miss Waymo. That's crazy. Like, wow. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. And thank you for being a member. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, so I'm gonna wait till about 2 o'clock. Good morning. I'm gonna wait. I mean, afternoon. I'm gonna wait till about 2 o'clock. See if I hear from Gary. Then, hell no, I ain't riding that goddamn thing. Chase said the same thing. We're not riding in that girl, honey. No. I ride on that little robot before I get on that Waymo. That them robots was lined up by those restaurants. So I think that's where the food, they use them little robots to deliver that food. And you know what? If you think about it, that's a safe. That's safe. Ain't nobody. You ain't gonna rob nobody. I think it's safe. Unfortunately, a lot of folks gonna lose their jobs behind that, but y'all hoodlums and you hood folks is the reason why they had to go to robots because y'all robbing folks that got money on them. How many people got killed through the years from Pizza Hut and Domino's you know, and people delivering stuff because, and even taxi drivers and stuff. But even still, then now, um, they still killing Uber drivers, and for what? They don't have nothing. If they got anything on them, it's their own money. Just like just like I don't know how long ago this was. Oh, the Western, and yes, I think the Western is a part of Havana. What's up there, Havana? I think the Western is a part of, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of our properties. I think it is. Yeah. No, they didn't. They're not gonna touch them bots. Yeah, because that would. I mean, that you can get in trouble for that. I don't know if it'd be a felony, but well, it might be because it's property, and they got them. Them bots got cameras on them and stuff, so they. Yeah, but like that time that this guy, this white lady, she was an Uber driver or Lyft driver, and the guy robbed. He pulled a gun out on her, and he said, "Sir, what are you doing?" And she said, "I got kids at home. I don't even want to talk about this because I'll start crying." How could you be that evil? And I know there's a God. I know there's a God. But God, you got to do some explaining. Why would this be? I know there's the devil too, but where was the protection? Why wouldn't God or something protect this woman? That, I mean, you could say that about a lot of shit, even 9/11. Where was the protection for these people that ain't bothering nobody? I guess because they got evil too. You know, that's why it always pays to be ready because you don't never know when your last day is. So she begged him, kids at home, and I gave him my wallet, I gave him my purse, I don't have nothing, and he shot her and killed her. I don't know who that was. I don't know what they was trying to say, but yeah, I deleted them. Yeah, I deleted them, whoever that was. And they just, and and that those people who do stuff like that. Good morning, everybody. People who do stuff like that, they need to have the same thing happen to him. They need to put him in a car, let a masked man be in the back of the car. The car don't need to be driving. No, just let it sit there and let him act like he's driving the car, but it ain't moving, and let him beg for his life. Yeah, that's the way. When you do something, when you take somebody out like that, that needs to happen to you. The way you did them, it needs to happen to you the same way. Because that woman don't have children now because you decided you want to take her life for what? For no reason. When a murder is questionable, that's different. But when he was on camera and the woman begged for her life. She told you, I got kids, and you took her out anyway, put him in the car, take the keys out, turn around, sir. Matter of fact, we're gonna put you, and y'all say that sound mean. That no, what was mean is the way he killed that woman. Put him in handcuffs, tie him to the steering wheel, let you beg for your life, and put somebody in there with a mask on that you don't know who it is, and do him the same way. That's just the way it needs to be done. Because until they start doing that, these motherfuckers gonna still be doing stupid shit like that. Now these kids grew up without a mom. You done took that. Now listen. If there's a hell in heaven, to which they say it is, if she don't go to heaven, it ain't no God. Because she wasn't bothering nobody. That lady was trying to make a living for her children and her family. Like, she wasn't bothering nobody. And this woman's life was just taken for no fucking reason. I hate that. That's why you have to be ready. Because you could be one of the nicest persons in the world. I ain't bothering nobody. Tell your mama to get out of bed with her ex-boyfriend. Y'all coming here with the smart ass comments, you're gonna get cussed out this morning. Because I ain't in the mood. Happy World AIDS Day. Rest in peace to all the people I knew who died from AIDS from back in the early 80s. What a terrible, terrible time in our lives back in the 80s. Ooh, my glasses look crooked. But yeah, it's just like, you didn't have to take her life. She didn't do nothing to you. She was just trying, and I wish I was a Superman where I could just show up and save people, from stupid stuff like that. But so many people have been unalive over people just being robbed for no reason. I got robbed in Houston a couple of times. Well, one time I got robbed. Nobody pulled a gun on me, nothing like that. But it's just there was a guy in Houston about 6, 7 years ago. He had just got out of prison, young black guy. Hold on, some breaking news. And he had just got out of prison, and he went to a Mexican restaurant in Houston, pulled out a gun, told everybody to give him their wallet, took everybody the money, turned around, and was walking out the door. And the man with the gun got up and shot him, got up and shot him because he didn't know if he was going to turn around and just take everybody out. So he said, I'm going to protect myself because here in Texas where we at, baby, we got open carry. So when he turned around, when the young man turned around, the man got up and took his life. And the man had a fake motherfucking gun. Now, bitch, if you gonna go rob somebody, girl, you don't need no fake gun, bitch. You need a real gun. Took him out. hmm And they tried to get the man arrested, but they didn't arrest him because he was protect. He didn't know if that man was going to turn around. He didn't know if there were no fake gun. He didn't know if that man was going to turn around and take all them out because people will do stuff like that. And the mama was on there crying. Well, my son, he just got out of prison. He was trying to do better. No, he was not. Good morning. He was not trying to do better. He was robbing a whole restaurant and pulled a gun on folks and took their money. And they don't know what they don't know what he was. You don't never know what a person gonna do if they pull a gun on you. You don't know, and you don't know if the gun is fake or real. But I'm telling you, to me, it don't sound mean in a situation like that when if a person is driving a car and they're in an Uber and you just pull a gun out on them and you take their life, they need to put you in the car and do the same thing to you. No mercy. No, no mercy, no trial, no nothing. I know that's not the way it's supposed to go, but if you got someone on camera doing it, what you need to go to trial for? You already see what they did. You saw what they did. But we live in the United States, so you got to be everything is. You got to go through the trial. You got to go through all the process. I wonder what happened to him. Let me see what happened to him. Let me see if they gave him the death penalty. Now he definitely needed the death penalty. Y'all remember that situation when he killed that white lady that was driving the lift? Let me see if I can pull up what happened to him. What happened to the black guy who unalived the white lady driving the Uber or the Lyft? I'm sure it's happened more than once. Okay. They gave him life. Calvin Crew was sentenced to life to prison without parole. Yeah, he fatally shot a 33-year-old Christina. Yeah. So let me see. Let me look at this. Yeah. Yeah. Here it is. Let's say a, a jury has found Calvin Crew guilty of first-degree murder in the killing of an Uber driver, Christina somebody, in Moroville in 2022. The 12 jurors deliberated for less than an hour, and then came back with the court with the verdict. The courtroom was packed, shoulder to shoulder, with family and friends, both suspect and victim. Let me tell y'all something. If my brother killed somebody, I'm not going to the courtroom. For what? I'm not supporting him. You, baby, I've turned you over to God. He gonna have to take care of you because I'm not giving my brother, sister, nobody no support to kill somebody. I'm not. Um, let's see here. Here it is right here. Hold on. Oh, this happened up in the Pittsburgh area.
Of guilty of murder in the first degree. The main issue at the center of the case was intent. Did Calvin Crew intend to kill Christina Spicuzza? Spicuzza was a mother of four who was driving for Uber to make some extra money. Investigators say she picked up Crew in February of 2022 before he shot and killed her. Video from inside the car showed him point a gun at Spicuzza, who pleaded for her life. Her body was found in a wooded area off of Rosecrest Drive in Monroeville after being reported missing. The jury heard testimony from Spicuzza's partner about the night she was killed.
Sorry.
Detectives and
Oops. Hold on.
Crew's ex-girlfriend also took the stand in this case. While the jury read the verdict, it was stone silent in the shoulder-to-shoulder packed room. Crew sat indifferent as jury foreman read guilty for robbery, kidnapping, gun charges, and tampering with evidence in addition to the homicide charge. The judge made note of how it was 3 years to the day of Spicuzza's death as the verdict came down. This also took a political tone, as the public defender attacked the prosecution and county police for what they claimed was racial bias. They argued Crew shouldn't face a first.
Sure, he should face every goddamn thing. I would have, sure, I would have gave him the death penalty. I would have gave him anything and everything I could think of to give him. If he had done that in another country, oh, they would have killed him the same day. And the reason why a lot of people do these things, they let them get away with it. Yeah, the woman begged for her life. 4 children. You got 4 children now that don't have a mother because this fool decided to take this woman's life for no reason. So it just makes me mad. Yeah. Yeah, I hate stuff like that. I had a dream somebody was trying to rob me this morning. That's what woke me up. But it's not right. It's wrong. Yeah. But people get robbed every day. Every day. But I'm trying to think, why would you rob this lady? She had a camera in her. You gonna get caught. Like, oh, don't. We don't want to hear about you mental. Well, you could be mental all you want, but your ass gonna be mental. Uh, you gonna be mental in prison for the rest of your life. Yeah. hmm People act like they're crazy. They're not crazy. Y'all see these homeless people that be walking the streets acting like they're crazy. What they do when the light is red? Do they stop or do they keep walking through the light? No, bitch, they stop. They're not crazy. They act crazy. When homeless people be in the streets and the light and they walking, and the light is green, they walk. But when that light turn red, do they stop or if you crazy, you gonna keep walking? Am I right? Right. No, they stop. That means you're not crazy. So did y'all see my video? Then I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, it's just nobody ain't never thought about that. Yeah, you ain't crazy if you stop at the red light. It's a man where I live at. He runs around talking to himself and throwing stuff, picking up this and doing that. But when he gets to that red light, he stops. And I got some tea for y'all. I got some low, low tea, honey. Uh oh. Well, did y'all see the video about Shamar? Did y'all see the video about Shamar? I'm not gonna be on here much longer. I'm about to get off of here. Did y'all see the video about Shamar? Okay. Okay, you didn't see it. Okay. Are you the only one that hear me or everybody else just listening? Okay, it's not funny, but it is funny. Okay, okay. So, well, the last one that I just posted. Okay, well, there was a lady on TikTok. Her brother is a TikToker, and he's pretty. He's not famous to me because you don't have over a million. To me, you're famous if you got millions of followers. But anyway, a lot of people knew him. You know, well, he. I don't have time this morning. I don't have time. So he was diagnosed with cancer. Don't do that. Don't talk about people because it could be you or somebody in your family. I don't talk about. I learned this years ago. I don't talk about people that's mentally just challenged or they look a certain way. I don't do that. I stopped doing that a long time ago because I'm gonna tell y'all a story. But let me remind me to tell y'all about the day my back went out. Listen, listen. So Shamar, okay, so the girl's brother name was Shamar, and uh, he had cancer. He eventually he ended up dying. So the sister went online and she was talking about Shamar, her brother, saying, he died, he loved y'all. And well, this Shamar, they went on his page, the one that's, you know, slow, as they say, the one that lived here in Atlanta, the rapper. And he said, well, this bitch going around telling everybody I died from cancer. He said, hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, this bitch going around telling everybody I died from cancer. Bitch, you got me fucked up. You ain't nothing but a demon and shit. Like really, Shamar? Somebody said Shamar is slow as a Timu crock pot. Yes. Y'all, I woke up this morning. I was minding my own business and it popped up. It just popped up on the feed. Y'all, I laughed so hard. I fell out of my bed. I laughed so hard. Oh, he said, you ain't nothing but a demon. I ain't dead, bitch. I don't have cancer. And they say, oh, they told Shamar, she's not talking about you. She's talking about her brother. Uh, I I had to get up. I got up at this bed. I laughed so hard. Oh my God. I laughed so hard. But Shamar he's in a special place. And I don't really think he did that to troll because you don't play with somebody's brother who died from cancer. Unless some people some people do stuff for clicks, likes, and views, but I really think that he thought they was talking about him. He called her a demon. But they finally told him that's not you, Shamar. It's another Shamar. They got a whole different name and everything. And they say now they're waiting on the apology. It's how they're gonna go. That thing is crazy. Oh Lord, I fell out of my bed when I saw that this morning. But I don't. Oh, about 20 years ago, I was in a bar where I used to work at the club in Dallas. Longer than that, and it might have been longer than that. Anyway, there's a guy. He has a limp. He's my friend, and when I'm on the mic, I don't like to make fun of people. I like to make fun of myself more than other people. Like I notice now, a lot of comedians are being famous just for you know going off on people, like putting them down in a fun way, but whatever. But I've never been that type of comic. I like to talk about the shit I've been through, and if a bitch get out of line at the comedy show, and if the person, try to comfort me, then we're gonna go back and forth with each other in a fun way. I'm not gonna take it serious, whatever. So, and here's another thing: if you go to a comedy show, and you do something to bring attention to yourself, then you brought it on yourself, pretty much, you know. So, well, first of all, let me remove you from my live because you don't know how to spell. It's wake up, not woke up. All right, moving on. So my friend, he has a limp, you know, and he came to tip me, and I act like I was limping like him. And about a month later, my whole back went out. I couldn't walk. I couldn't put on my underwear. I could do no. My son, who I was with the other week, he had to help me put on my socks. I went to about 4 or 5 different hospitals. They did MRIs. They did everything. They could not find out why I couldn't walk up. I had to bend down. Hold on, somebody texting me. Hold on. Okay. So I couldn't. Oh, somebody laughing about Shamar now. Somebody just left a comment. So I had to walk like I was bent over, like, and yeah. I mean, at the time, I was working in the clubs, and I'm thinking, now, God, I got to be able to walk. I couldn't put on heels. I had to wear flats. I couldn't put on makeup, so I would go to the club with just a wig on and just act crazy, sit in the chair. I was in so much pain. I went to pretty much every, thank God I had a car. I went to every, I just thought about that. Yeah, that could have been MLS. That could have been MLS because they say when you get MLS, you have no control of your body. And I didn't know what it was. And I prayed. I said, God, I really need to be able to walk. Like, this is how I make my living, walking and doing them little shows and stuff, outside of my job. I need to be able to walk. I prayed and I prayed and I cried and I prayed. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Because I was, healthy and moving around and, doing good. And now all of a sudden I can't even put on my own socks. That was a feeling that you don't ever want to experience. And I remember, hey cousin, yeah, you remember that? Yeah, that's my cousin. Hey Daisy, yeah, it really happened. And so I was just like, I was in just pain, and they would give me shots. Now the shots would be temporary. Hello there, Dondra. And they would give me shots, some type of shots in my back, and uh, and so they would give me shots, and it would help temporarily, and I'd be able to move around. But then after then, I'd be back crunched over again. And I prayed and I prayed, and I said, God, I really need to be able to walk again. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Like I said, they did MRIs, they did everything. I don't know what it was. But I do remember I said, well, maybe because I made fun of that guy. And I asked God, please forgive me. I asked God to forgive me. Forgive me for doing that. And I said, I never do it again. So I don't make fun of people. you know, who have a disability, or, even though it was all in fun, I felt like that's what it was because of. And I went to him and I apologized to him and everything. And he was like, no, PT, you good. And whatever. But I finally, somebody sent me a video. Somebody from New York sent me this video about prayer. And I watched the video and I prayed. And I just asked God, I just want to be able to walk again. And I remember telling it, everybody on Facebook knew what I was going through, the club, everybody knew what I was going through. And I finally got better. And I remember going to the club and I did Jesus Can Work It Out. And I've been doing that song for years. But when I did that song that night, it was like I had never ever done it before because it's like I was healed. I was actually healed, you know. And people, if you don't know what it feels like not to be able to walk up straight, so no, I don't make fun of people no more. Fat people, I don't make fun of people who are slow. I don't do that. I don't do that. I stopped doing that a long time ago. So, but yeah, you just gotta watch what you say about people, and and just so I don't make fun of people no more. Yeah, I don't do it. Yeah. Now, if I'm like, there's a guy he calls into my show, right? And he said, "Well, PT, I'm fat." No, that's not my job. He said, "PT, I'm fat, and this and this and that and this and that." And we joke with each other because he calls into the show, and it's just because I don't know what it looks like. He just say he's fat and he's overweight, but he just calls into the show, so he just be joking. So because I don't really know what it is. If I saw him and saw that he was overweight and that he was, you know, whatever, whatever, I wouldn't make fun of him. But trust me, I've learned my lesson. I don't, I don't do that no more. I stopped a long time ago. I have said this a million times every time I come on my live, and it's obvious for people who don't know. I don't know why people want to know. Really, it's nobody's business. But I said a million times, I work for the Marriott. I've been working for Marriott for years, off and on, but I work for Marriott. I even posted it when I came into the room. I said, I got this hotel room discounted because of my discount. This is a four to $500 room a night. I got it for 65. I'm always in the Marriott. Whenever I go out of town, I'm at the Marriott. So hopefully I don't have to repeat that again. And no, entertainment industry does not pay my bills. They used to, but not anymore. I've been working for the Marriott since I met Easy E back in the 90s, but off and on, off and on. But yeah, so no, if I see somebody, no, these hell no. This hotel is the hotel where the lady came. I think I turned. No, I wouldn't turn 50. I think I turned whatever the age that was. I turned. The lady came. This is the hotel where she came and showed up. Why are you in bed? You know what? I'm blocking you. I'm gonna remove you from my page. Number one, you already asked me a question. Number two, I'm in bed because I'm grown. Okay, you're doing too much. Get off my live. I'm on fucking vacation. What the fuck you think I'm doing in bed? It's tripping. Anyway, so I'm like, what? So this is the hotel where the lady showed up and asked, "Is PT here? I have something for him for his birthday." And I told him at the front desk, "Tell her I'm not here. I'm at this my manager's hotel. I was just over here because she from Atlanta and she knows, she knows this area. I don't know if she's still living or not. No, I don't know. I ain't heard from her in years. The last time I heard from her, she came on my live and post her cash app up, and I blocked her. Bitch, is you crazy? But yeah, she left me. She left me some candy. I threw it away. She left me a couple of lottery tickets and a birthday card. You know, I'm not finna eat nothing you give me, and I don't know you like that. And I said, who told you to come to my hotel? Well, I just figured wouldn't mind. I do mind. You don't know me. You don't just pop up at my hotel. But she turned out to be okay. I said, I had a birthday party. You could have came to that. And y'all, I met a lady years ago, the same week that I had my birthday celebration. And she was real nice. She came to the party. She had a cake and everything. She lived here in Atlanta. I have not heard from that lady in years. The lady Eloise from Boomerang. I don't remember that. I don't know because I don't know. Did I watch Boomerang? I probably did. Yeah. Can y'all believe that dude just asked me why am I still in bed? And that dude follows me all the time. He follows me all the time. And he might not have heard me say I work for the Marriott Corporation, but I know he seen me in the Marriott because he been following me long enough. He seen me in these Marriotts. Every time I go out of town, y'all know I'm in a Marriott. What am I doing in bed? I'm on vacation. Oh, okay. No, I'm on vacation. What am I supposed to be doing? I'm gonna be getting up doing something later on. But he'll come back. He'll get a fake page and come back. Just like there was a person that was following me, and y'all, I've had some weird people following me. I'm telling you, but it's social media, so I'm signed up for it. So this person was following me, and they were sending cash apps, and I said, "Hey, you got an email address?" And I'm I'm gonna be coming to. I think they lived in Dallas. I don't know where they live. And I said, I would like to meet you. Oh shit! Let me turn this TV on. I would like to meet you, whatever. You always sending cash apps and stuff. I appreciate that, but I would like to meet. If I'm in your town, and they would not send a email address. They didn't have no Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, no nothing. Yeah, yeah. And people think somebody said I travel a lot. I don't. It just seems like I do because I'm not looking at pages I've been blocked. Right. No, but some people do that. Some people do that. But um so back to what I was saying, um, I don't have to know everybody that follows me. Some people don't have a picture on their profile. I'm on social media, so I signed up for it. It's okay. It is scary. But I signed up for it. But if you're sending me money, I just want to know, who are you? And he was sending me big money. His name wasn't on his Cash App. His name was, what was his name? I forgot his name on his Cash App. But he hadn't been in alive in a long time, so he probably watching now. But yeah, just wanted to know who he was because one day, like one time, I was at the Goodwill in Houston, and I saw a jacket that I wanted. I said, "Damn, I want this jacket." Next thing you know, he had sent me the money, or I think they went by. I forgot. I don't know. See, I don't know if it was a guy, girl, whatever. I don't know. And I said, "Oh my God, thank you, whatever." Um, and when I said, "Do you have an email address?" Nope. You got a Facebook? Nope. Well, you're lying. You got. And so if you tell me you don't have an email address, you hiding something. Because everybody got an email address. If you on social media, you got an email address. What are you hiding? If you're sending me money, I guess I shouldn't have to know who they are if they're sending me money. But I mean, what are you hiding? Hey Greg, you show up early in the morning. What are you hiding? And Greg been following me longer than anybody on there. He'll tell you, I have met some creepy people on this goddamn YouTube channel. Creepy. Greg will tell you I have met some creepy week because everybody and every. Oh no, Greg. What are they saying? What are they saying? Well, that's okay, y'all. I signed up for it. Oh, y'all, hold on. Waiting to hear from Greg. What are you gonna say? All right, we'll give Greg time to type it out. Okay, so yeah, but I mean, when you're on social media, you sign up for it. Yeah. So, well, I'm waiting on the one to talk to Doctor. Okay, all right. Well, keep me posted. Are you like spending the night? Are you spending the night in there, or are you just there getting tests? Well, keep me posted and let me know. Yeah. And like that man just said, what are you doing in bed? You said could be a Hollywood star just guessing. Yeah, it could be. You're right. It could be. You might be right. I don't know. And they just didn't. They didn't. But also, I have blocked a lot of people that go back and they get fake pages and fake text, fake phone numbers and fake. Yeah. Yeah. Prayers for you, Greg. Okay. Well, I have a room. Okay. Well, you got to keep me posted. You know how to reach me. Mm, I don't want to see. I hate to see you in the hospital, but the hospital is where you need to be to get better. You know, it's this time a month ago last year, I was laying up in the hospital. Goddamn me, food poisoning. Yeah, shut up, Desi. Oh, Des, I got tea for you too. It's good tea, but I got tea. Oh, well, supposed to be meeting up with Gary with the tea today. No, I can't spill it on here. No, it's private. But then I have a friend of mine that works at this restaurant I've always wanted to eat at, and he was in the bar last night. He said, "I work there," and my friend. When I tell you, my friend, he is my friend. He's always been into the food service industry, and he's if he ain't the manager, the most chance are he gonna be the manager. He running shit. So it's a restaurant not too far from here. I've always wanted to eat there. He said, yeah, PT, how to manage that restaurant. I said, oh my God, I've always wanted to eat there. Well, just call me tomorrow. You can call me, I'll treat. So, but Chase is sick. His air is not, his heat is not working in his room. They claim they coming to fix it. And like I told him, don't lay up, don't lay there in that heat, in that air, and and get sick. Yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Okay, guys. I'm getting sleepy again. So, who are you talking to? Who, Project Baby? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? Because I'm on vacation, and you know, this is what you do when you're on vacation. You just relax and lay around all day. So I just want to know, were you talking to me? Is there somebody? There's nobody else in this bed but me. Don't get quiet now. You came in here all bold. Don't get quiet now. Go keep talking. I just want to know, were you talking to me, or did you accidentally type what you was gonna say to somebody laying in your bed? Right. Okay. I'm gonna give you 5 more minutes to respond to the question. You're now going to hell. Goodbye. Well, you know what? I'm not blocking people no more. They're going to hell. When you get blocked, you're no longer blocked. You're going to hell. We're sending you to hell. I gotta go, y'all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this place is so. It's like it puts you in the mind of what's that place? Ooh, what is that place in Houston across from the Galleria? Hold on. It kind of puts you in the mind of that place. I will be doing the show tonight, guys. We're leaving at 7 o'clock.
Murder charge because he didn't have intent.
We're leaving at 7 in the morning. My flight leaves at 11. So, so I'm doing the show. It'll probably be around about 6 o'clock. It'll be about 10 because I got to get up early in the morning. Go home. Sorry, I'm digging in my nose. I got hair in my nose, and I got to get my trimmer to get it out. Let me find out what the name of that restaurant is. High-end restaurant by the Galleria Mall in Houston. It's called. If I say it, y'all gonna know. Ooh, Houston got some nice, fancy restaurants. Restaurant close to Galleria in Houston. I don't know what that was about. I just lost connection all of a sudden. Hold on, I can put it up on the map. Y'all eaten there? Oh no, not good eats, not good eats. Y'all have eaten there before. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Galleria in Houston, Texas. Let me pull it up. Y'all have eaten there before. I just can't think of the name of it. Okay, let me just go to maps and pull it up. I can find it on the maps. Hold on. It's called. Ooh, I never heard of a Moxie's. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell y'all the name of it because I'm sure y'all eaten there before. All right, here go the name. I'm finna put it up. It's called. Here it is, right here. Oh, here it is. Grand Lux. Yeah, Grand Lux. Yeah, Grand Lux. Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah, so the place that he works at is like a Grand Lux. It's on that scale. Yeah. So y'all got a Grand Lux where y'all live at? Oh, oh Jesus. Oh. I guess not. Okay. Well, I'm out of here, guys. Y'all be good. I'm going to bed. I'm waiting to hear back from two people to find out what we're gonna do today. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Chef. Chief. All right. Oh, there's not one where you at. Okay. I gotta get my nose trimmer. So people are laughing about that video I did about Shamar. Somebody just said he needed to have a PR person. Bless his heart. All right. I'll see y'all later on. Wherever I go eat, I'll go live. Y'all know I would, I like to go live when I go eat. Okay. See y'all later. Guess what? You said what happened to you? What happened to me when, Lonnie? Mm-hmm. I still don't know where Joelle is. I'm so worried about her. I hope she's okay. Lonnie, did you ride the short bus? Were you on the little bitty yellow bus? Baby, I talked about my back 5 hours ago. Where the hell you been? Get off my live. Bye, y'all. The hell? Baby, I talked about my back 5 hours ago. You just not coming over here? What in the world? I put him on timeout. He must be on his metro phone or government phone or something. I don't know what his problem is. There's nothing wrong with Metro because I got Metro, but still. He probably got the $30 plan. Yeah, they probably got the $30 plan. No, you blocked, baby. You can't make no more comments. Yeah, I saw you tried to say something, but you're blocked. What? Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later, okay? Bye, guys. Love y'all. Feel better, Greg.